Remember the story of David and Goliath? A boy, a sling, a stone, a fallen giant. But what David does after, almost no one talks about. And that is the mystery we are about to uncover. After the battle, David does something mysterious. This channel is all about uncovering the mysteries of the Bible. An act so unsettling, most retellings leave it out. Yet Scripture records it for a reason. And when you see it, the lesson might change the way you face your own giants today. Israel's army is shouting, chasing the Philistines back to their cities. Dust fills the air, victory songs rise. And in the middle of the chaos, one figure walks steadily forward. In his hand swings something heavy, held by the hair. He is bringing it to Jerusalem. It isn't treasure, it isn't a sword, it's a head. When I first heard a friend mention this detail, I didn't believe it. I had to look it up myself. And there it was in 1 Samuel 17:54. David took the head of the Philistine and brought it to Jerusalem, but he put his armor in his tent. He took his head and carried it with him. And the question that burned in my mind was, why? Why take it? Why not leave it? What could God want us to see in such a mysterious act? David runs forward, sling in hand. The stone sinks into Goliath's forehead, and the giant crashes to the ground. Then David does what we all know. He takes Goliath's massive sword and severs his head. The enemy is defeated. The army scatters. But the act that follows, carrying the head into Jerusalem, is rarely spoken of, and it is here that the mystery begins. Verse 54 gives us two details. David carries the head to Jerusalem and he puts the armor in his tent. The armor we understand. Warriors kept trophies of victory, and for David the armor was more than a souvenir. It pointed to what lay ahead. His fighting days were not over. They were just beginning. Years later, David would even reclaim part of that prize. When fleeing from Saul, he asked the priest at Nob for a weapon. The priest replied, "The sword of Goliath. It is here wrapped in a cloth." David answered, "There is none like it. Give it to me." The armor and the sword make sense, but the head, that's different. This wasn't a seasoned general. This was David, a shepherd, the youngest son, barely old enough for battle. Yet here he is, carrying a giant's head all the way to Jerusalem. These two acts are recorded together, but usually only one is remembered. Both highlight that this was more than a boy winning a fight. And like many mysteries of the Bible, the detail is easy to overlook. But I believe God wanted us to pause and ask why. In Scripture, the head represents identity, authority, and voice. Goliath's head symbolized the voice that had mocked Israel and filled them with fear. By carrying it, David declared, "The voice of fear is silenced. The enemy's authority is broken." But there's more. Why Jerusalem? At that time, it wasn't even fully in Israel's control. Many see this as prophetic. Centuries later, another son of David would fight a greater enemy, sin and death. His victory came outside Jerusalem, at a place called Golgotha, the place of the skull. David's act was a shadow of the day Jesus would crush the serpent's head once and for all. This mystery isn't just history, it's a message for us. You may not face a 9-foot warrior, but you know the voice of your own giant. Fear, shame, addiction, anxiety, guilt. God still gives victory. But when he does, don't just walk away. Carry the head. That means carry your testimony. Show others what God has done. Don't hide it, display it. Your victory is proof that giants can fall. Maybe your head is an empty bottle that no longer controls you. Maybe it's a scar that points to healing. Maybe it's a restored relationship. Whatever it is, carry it and declare, "This no longer defines me. God does." Your testimony becomes proof. Proof that fear can be silenced. Proof that sin can be broken. Proof that God still delivers. Revelation 12:11 says, "They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony." David carried Goliath's head as a testimony of God's power. We overcome the enemy the same way, through Jesus' finished work and by boldly carrying our own testimony. So what about you? What giant has God helped you defeat? Don't hide it. Don't forget it. Carry it. Share it. Because when you carry the head, you remind the world and yourself that the battle belongs to the Lord and the giant is already dead. This is the mystery of David and Goliath, and this channel is all about uncovering the mysteries of the Bible. So let me ask, what head are you carrying?